justice, and Italy has the largest number of them in the world. Criminals who choose to come forward, confess their crimes, and then work together with police and prosecutors in exchange for protection and even compensation from the state. Originally developed to tackle terrorism, they have become a crucial legal tool in the fight against organised crime. Our reporters weigh up some of the pros and cons of the system.
Behind these barriers is the most fortified court in Italy. High-profile, delicate trials against the Sicilian Mafia take place in this tribunal in Palermo.
This court is an outpost of the state inside Mafia territory. The structure can withstand explosions and possible external attacks.
This is no ordinary hearing. The witness in this case is speaking from the safety of a secure bunker at a secret location in northern Italy. He joins the court via video link.
Gaspare Mutolo, do you hear us?
Yes, good morning.
Gaspare Mutolo was a former mafioso. For 20 years, he was part of Cosa Nostra, or the Sicilian Mafia. Today, he lives in hiding, facing death threats from the Mafia since he confessed to his crimes.
When and why did you decide to collaborate with the justice system?
The mafiosi changed their behavior and started killing even women. For me, that was the trigger. I couldn't recognize myself within this group that would deliberately kill women. I collaborated because I want to completely change my life.
This trial is part of a long-term investigation. Its aim to establish possible links between the Italian state and the Mafia back in the 1990s. At the time, Gaspare Mutolo knew all the ins and outs of the Sicilian Mafia.
I was involved in extortion, smuggling heroin, homicide. In other words, everything that there was to do. But these are the things that every person has to do in the territory they control.
Over the past 20 years, similar testimony has been heard in this courtroom. It was here in April 1986 that the first Mafia informant spoke out for the first time. In exchange, these informants, or pentiti as they're known, get a reduced sentence, a monthly salary, special housing and state protection for both themselves and their families. Anti-Mafia prosecutor Vittorio Teresi has been investigating the Sicilian Mafia since the early 1980s. He has no doubts about the importance of these mob informants.
It's often happened that we've managed to prevent hundreds of murders through the data that the informants have given us. It's extremely important because it helps us break this wall of omerta, the wall of secrecy that characterizes this type of criminal organization.
It's omerta, or the Mafia's sacred code of silence, that the Italian government is trying to break with legislation that protects these informants. These criminals have 180 days following their arrest to reveal information about Mafia crimes and testify against fellow mobsters. The aim is to better understand the complex nature of these criminal networks.
It helps us to understand from the inside how things work, like the structure of the organization, who the bosses are, how they change, who gives the orders. All the rules that would be impossible for us to understand otherwise.
Lawyer Giuseppe Di Perri has been involved in various cases involving the Sicilian Mafia. He believes there are limits to the testimony provided by these criminals.
They don't always tell the truth. We have cases in Italy where people have even been sentenced to life imprisonment for the lies made by these people.
Thousands of Mafia informants have come forward since the law was established in 1991.
Now people have started to come forward. It's not like before when they were silent, didn't speak and were scared. There's still fear, but we're starting to defeat omerta.
An idea that many Sicilians share. But it's still a long way to go before Italy can rid itself of organized crime.
That report there by our Rome correspondents. Right, it's time now to get a wrap up of all the latest sports action. And today we begin with French League One.